Welcome, everyone. It's Matt, and today we're going to talk about Max Monday Falinks starting April 28th. I'm going to talk about the entire week going through there, going into the beginning of May. So let's go. All right, so here's our April Max Monday schedule. Falinks is going to finish off probably one of the most disappointing Max Monday months that we've had so far. Um, all in all, other than currently Sabel, I would say this has been relatively weak. Yes, Pessimian was new, but other than it being new, it's not really incredibly useful. All right, so we have Falinks. It is a unit that does not need to be evolved. It does have a CP of 1278 for floor and 1347 for hundo. So I'm going to be hunting for those 1300s. Falinks takes increased damage from fairy, flying, and psychic at 60%. And it reduces damage, it resists by 37.5% for bug, dark, and rock. Its attack is average at 193. Its defense is low at 170, and its HP is even lower at 163. It has two fast moves. If you are using Falinks, you're going to be using counter. It's the faster move and a better move overall. Its charge moves, it does have a bug move, but it does not have a bug type, so it's not super useful. Brick Break and Superpower, you're usually going to go with Superpower, but even in PvP, this is not the most useful unit. Flink's damage capability, just taking a look at this, if this was a March or February, we'd be talking about this as our only fighting unit. But as of right now, we have gotten Pessimian and Machamp, which are better overall. Machamp is 20% at level 20 and up to almost 30% better at level 50 than Falinks, along with Pessimian, which is only about 5 to 8% weaker than Machamp. They're both superior to Falinks, and we do know that before the end of June, we will be getting a Gmax Machamp, which will blow Falinks even farther out of the water and be up to about 77% better than Falinks. So Falinks really is the lowest fighting unit for attack, and unless the only unit you have excess candy for is Falinks, and Machamp honestly is easier to farm for candy than Falinks, there's no real reason to level up Falinks. All right, for the overall battle plan for Dynamax Falinks, it's a more of the annoying 3-star battles, especially for the quality of unit that you're going to be receiving. Falinks is just not a high enough quality Pokemon. Really, the best unit to use against Falinks, at least as a tank, is Gengar. You want to use Shadow Claw, or at least some type of Ghost. It resists bug and fighting incredibly well, and its attack is at least still neutral. Moltres is a close second for, I would say, damage, and the third, using a wing attack. The third best unit is actually Butterfree. You can use a psychic attack, but it doesn't have the same type attack bonus. So those are actually the three best units to go against Falinks. Told you Butterfree actually has some interesting uses, but the best attacking for Gengar outside is if you're going to switch and your Gengar is not taking that much damage. Metagross using Zen Headbutt will do some pretty good damage overall against Falinks, especially if it's leveled up. Moltres Wing Attack is the second best one. So if you're really going to be going for a unit that you can just beef up, use a shield and attack, Moltres you can do. And on top of that, the Butterfree is the third one, which might actually be easier than Moltres. I know a lot of people have been putting Moltres in the power spots to gain candies, which is the ideal thing to do. But Butterfree is the best overall pure tank, followed by Moltres and Charizard. That will round out. It's not quite as good, but they do a little bit more damage than Butterfree. But those are basically the units you want to bring. I know some of newer trainers are trying to actually get Falinks because they don't have it yet. If you don't have the units, don't freak out. It's not a unit that you really need to get right now, and it's been released pretty much regularly throughout the entire season, and you'll have more times to get it later if you don't have the correct units ready yet. All right, so Dynamax Falinks, this is my first fighting, and as an attacker, I have it at 3. It's really a 1, but it does have some bugs, so I bumped it up there. We don't have a lot of bugs, but all in all, for a fighting type, it's pretty weak. As a tank, it does okay. Really, there's not a lot of great tanking types for fighters, but even so, I would rather sacrifice a little bit of defense just for better attack in general. And as a healer, it's pretty poor as well. For overall, it's a little bit weaker in all categories as it's a 2 for attacker. There's much worse out there. For a tank, it does okay. It's slightly below average. And as a healer, it's very well below average. And there's no reason to even have max spirit leveled. So is Dynamax Falinks worth it for you? Not really. Machop or Pissimian has slightly less defense, but the attack difference just makes it worth it. We're talking slightly less defense overall. Really, you're just going for the hundo or shiny hunting, or you really love Falinks. There's no real good use for it. It does have an okay dark tank use, but other than that, there's really not much to go for. What should you focus on this week? Well, overall, I right now I'm actually feeling it's Pie Dove. It's a budget ground take and budget flying attacker. If you don't have a strong Moltres or Articuno, then really you should be trying to get that. Trying to get a good IV. It's a pretty quick and easy battle. Charmander's my number 2. Still the best budget bug tank and a pretty good budget grass. Honestly, it's more for me farming candies, as that's what I need desperately. Then I got Kragano. It's good if you don't have a Lapras, but it's super niche. It's only really for Ice Tank. Not sure we're going to need it for a while. And more stuff there because Falinks is next and Wooloo's even worse than Falinks, and both of them you really shouldn't be spending too much on other than to get the unit to have the unit. With that, please like and subscribe. That really helps my channel. On top of it, if you would like to try to get contact with me live, you can contact me via twitch.tv/madguru. I post when I am live, and I'll be happy to discuss anything Pokemon related as I am doing other stuff and playing other games. On that Twitch, there's also a Pokemon community game that you can play. It's free. It's basically every 15 minutes you have a chance to catch a Pokemon. On top of that, you can also, I do have a Facebook/MadGuru. I'm starting that up so people can see when stuff drops. But with that, I will try to do better next time. Good luck.